First up is the change to the Imaginarium Theater. Previously, travelers would be returned to the theater lobby after completing a challenge and have to reopen the Fantasia Tome to continue. Travelers provided feedback that this setup interrupted their experience. So,
they're getting rid of it. Thank you. This was a very annoying thing to have to continuously do. I'm going to be honest. So here we have the 5.2 banners. It's not really, I'm going to be honest, it seems very baity, right? We have Lenny, we have Chaska, new character, we have Zhongli, and we have Nevi. We can all assume 5.3 is going to hold the Pyro Archon. It would be the latest an Archon has ever released, right? Nahida was that, I'm pretty sure. She released in 3.3. I'm pretty sure Nahida released in 3.3, Zhongli released in 1.2, Raiden released in 2.1, and Venti obviously was 1.0. So, yeah, I don't think that these banners are, good banners to summon on unless you really like these characters. I'm personally going to be at least summoning for one copy of Ororon. I hope I'm saying his name right, but hopefully I can get him. I'll see. I'm going to be summoning on Chaska banner because honestly, Chaska seems pretty cool. I am interested to see how she'll work with, the damage bonuses. Like, you would want to give her animo damage bonus, right? You would think. But then apparently she can do other elemental damage, which just kind of, offsets, like, why, like, what are we doing here, right? I think she's probably going to be a character that probably will work better with the Pyro Archon. Surprise, surprise. Shieldon also probably can buff all her teammates. I don't necessarily know if she's going to be the character doing damage because if you look at Wanderer, Wanderer is a character who he's not necessarily bad in terms of his own damage, but you do want a lot of off-field damage with him. So I imagine she's going to have sort of that same team build. But other than that, I mean, we have Nevi also. So there are hard hitters for 5.2 that really is like, wow, it would be so good if we got this character, right? It would be. But yeah, let's go ahead and let's look at other 5.2 updates here. So something that's very small but very good is that we're going to be able to have the treasure compass auto switch, and it's also actually going to see time trials and Sealies. That's actually a pretty big buff to the treasure compass. As someone who, even using the interactive map, you can sometimes miss some things, right? It'll be nice to go over and use the treasure compass to see other things. And it seems like they'll have different icons on the map from what I saw. So as you can see here, it seems like the time trials are going to have a different icon than, just regular things. So that's pretty good, honestly, I would say. Having an upgrade for the treasure compass, it'll signify what you're going towards, right? Pretty good. Next, there's an upgrade to the artifact locking system, which is going to be so useful because I have found so many artifacts that I've locked and it's just like, why did I lock this? Maybe I thought it was something else. Maybe I misread a stat that, I thought it would be good on. But yeah, and then also, artifacts that you may miss, right? You could see Circlet, if it has crit rate as their main affix, you can lock it. If it has, crit damage as its main affix, it's pretty good. I think, honestly, most people should check these, and then definitely everyone's going to be checking this one. There's no way that people don't check this one. And then, yeah, elemental damage bonuses going to be, checked. This is such a good system to have. It's going to be great. So, yeah. I definitely think that, now I do wish it was a little more specific, right? I wish I could say, oh, for goblets, if it has, a crit rate or crit damage stat, then lock it. Or, I wish it could be a little more specific, right? It does seem not that specific, but it is definitely an improvement to the old, system, right? So we can also see, you can even sort of see. But then you can also see sort of this. It's weird. We'll have to see what it looks like in game here. But you can see that you can select flower and then, see like, oh yeah, HP percentage, attack percentage, elemental mastery, crit rate, crit damage. If it has like two of these basically. So crit rate, crit damage, and then HP, attack, elemental mastery. So it's a little weird. I feel like it would be nice if it was, instead of any 2, it was any 3, right? If you were able to specifically like, yes, that one. Because I think I don't really, like, if I get a crit rate flower and it has attack percentage and elemental mastery, I would want to lock that. But if I get a flower that has attack percent and elemental mastery, I'm not really interested in locking that, honestly. So, like, when I'm looking at a flower, I would prefer, and I mean, they do have artifact sets. It's really weird. I don't know if this is, like, specific. Like, if this is specific, you can select, like, oh, I want this, way to lock this specific artifact. That is incredible. I mean, it'd be insane if this actually is how it's going to work. I don't know, but it seems like it's possibly like that. I don't want to say that in case it's not like that and we get our hopes up. Now, another thing is we're able to basically favorite artifacts, which is really good, honestly. I think, being able to select, like, hey, this artifact definitely, like, this is a good artifact that you can use, right? There's probably loads of flowers and feathers that people would want to, like, use as off pieces because they're just so good, because flowers and feathers are really easy to get good pieces on. So you can use them as off pieces and you can, select them. And I don't necessarily, it depends how useful this will be depending on what your criteria of handing it out is, right? Because if you have like 500 artifacts favorited, then it's not really going to be that useful, really. I think maybe starring ones that have like crit rate and crit damage or something like that, I think that would be pretty good for, more people. And then you can also sort by order received, which is going to be nice because honestly, the amount of time that I've clicked on an artifact, then clicked on another artifact, and then forgotten what artifact I clicked on to check, and it was awful. Just an awful way. Weapon selection page. As a battle pass buyer, this absolutely was a needed thing. I'm not joking when I say I would go through like 30 minutes of like making sure that I don't have like the specific weapon. Like, I was considering making a Google Doc to make sure that I don't buy the same weapon twice, because right now, I'm just trying to get all the weapons right now, so, when that eventually comes around, I think I'm missing, like, 4 or something, maybe I'm missing more than that, but yeah, I've bought a lot of Battle Passes so far. I think I've bought it since 4.7, maybe? I don't know, but I have a lot of Battle Passes. I've been buying a lot of Battle Passes, so it's very nice to have this as a, way to, it is very nice to have this. Serenity Pot, you're going to be able to buy wood. It's not really that big of a deal, honestly. And then Imaginarium Theater, this is just, whoa, what? Oh. So, I believe what this is like the 6,000 attack. Wow, special guest stars are about to be insane. And, oh, yeah, Imaginarium Theater is about to go insane. So, I'm assuming from seeing this guy down here, this is them saying not a lot of people were using the special guest stars, I'm assuming. Maybe they were adding, like, one character. Like, I'm going to be honest, Chiori and Layla, I would have never brought them. I would have never. Although I don't have Chiori and Layla, so they wouldn't have been on the, list. But, yeah, I would have only brought Shilin and Xingqiu. I wouldn't have brought my Layla. But now, Layla's going to be getting, like, 13,000 HP. That's pretty good. As a level 70 character, she would probably still be usable. That actually is really insane. I did not even see this. I'm going to be honest. This is my first time reading through this. I've heard people talk about this. This is my first time reading through this. This will be useful depending on how they go about it. We'll see. I don't know exactly how they're going to go about it, but new character and boss tags, performance prep page. You'll be able to select easier, be able to build your team easier. We'll see. We'll have to just see. And then you can sort of see, this will help out people who don't know what characters may do. I wonder how they're going to do Senyun. Yeah. No, that's not Senyun, that's Shinyan. Yeah. But yeah, this character. I wonder if they're going to talk about her being a DPS because she's not really like a crazy good support, but she's also not really a crazy good DPS. I wonder, like, that's where I'm like, I wonder how they're going to view these characters, right? Because some characters do both, right? I wonder how they're going to view Raiden, because Raiden is technically an off-field character sometimes, right? We will now be able to view bosses before we go into Imaginarium Theater. I honestly don't know if we were able to do this before, but it seems like they're adding the ability to do that. Maybe I don't know if we could do that right now, but before we even select our characters and go into the boss, or the Imaginarium Theater as a whole, we'll be able to easily go in and just see the bosses, see what characters we would really want to bring, because, right, let's say that, Earthquake, like, mine thing, right, that guy who, you need to pop his shield in order to do any damage against him. Like, let's say you weren't bringing Zhongli before that. Zhongli massively helps out to get rid of that guy's shield, so then you would want to bring Zhongli. This is going to be a useful change, definitely, if you do decide to use it. And you'll be able to see what people are using your supports, which will be pretty nice. So, yeah, this is your friend name. They just call it Traveler. And then this is the character that they pick. I will be interested to see which one of you guys are using my, other characters. It will be interesting. Who's using Ito? Who's using Arlecchino? And this is what I showed at the beginning. We do not have to return to lobby anymore. We can just go ahead and go to the next act and fight. This was pretty good. I'm going to be honest. They added some good features. They have some good banners. coming out, I'm not going to say that you're dumb for summoning on the 5.2 banners, but I'm going to say that it's not the best decision. Considering I think Pyro Archon will be the best character in the game by far, I'm going to say it's not going to be the best decision. I might not even summon for the 5.2 banners, even though Chaska, for me, is looking pretty cool and looking pretty unique, and I kind of want to summon for her, kind of want to play her, kind of want to see what she does. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.